Shalom, welcome back, and let's learn a little Torah together. Vayera is the parsha that we're reading this week, and there's a perplexing dialogue that takes place between Abraham and God, where God tells Abraham he's going to destroy the wicked cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, and then there's a back and forth about how many righteous people were in the city that would ultimately deliver the city from that destruction. But the question that's asked, is it true that there could be no good people in the city at all, even when they get down to 10? There couldn't even be 10 righteous people besides the thousands that existed there? And Rabbi Simcha makes the observation, he's sure that there must have been some righteous people in the city, but the question is, what were they doing about their righteousness? That if they were sitting on their laurels, if they were sitting down and not chastising the people that they were surrounded by, doing lots of evil things, then what good is their righteousness if it doesn't actually have an outlet where they strive to change the world? What good is it? And I guess the challenge lurches to us over the course of the millennia, that we may be right-minded, we may have all the right intentions in the world, but what do we do with those good intentions? That's the challenge of Abraham and God, that there may have been 10 righteous people, there may have been 20 or 30 or even 50 righteous people in the city, but unless they're doing something about it, who cares? That our responsibility is to be in the world, to try as best we can to make a better place of that which we are in right now. There is the Yiddish sentence or statement about a tzaddik in pelts. You know what a tzaddik is? A tzaddik is a righteous individual, and a pelts is a fur coat. If the tzaddik is in a fur coat, and other people surrounding that tzaddik are freezing to death, shouldn't the tzaddik feel obliged to take off the coat or to divide it up between people who are shivering from the cold? That's our challenge. There's another story that emerges from one of the Midrashim by Rabbi Frankel, that there were 3 sins that humanity was guilty of at the beginning of the book of Genesis. One of them was Adam eating from the fruit of the tree of knowledge, and the second one is when Noah gets drunk after the flood has receded, and the third one is this, where there are people in Sodom who could have done the righteous thing, who could have extended themselves, who could have tried to make a difference, but did not. So I think this is ultimately the story that we need to own in our hearts. You know, one of the aspects to reading Torah is not so much what the Torah contains, but the message that we take from it. It's not just knowledge. It's not so much about sitting in a yeshiva or sitting in a house of learning and learning to aggregate greater knowledge for ourselves, but what do we do with that knowledge? How does it change us, and how can we allow that change within us to be attached to the world in which we live? The challenge is clear. If there are 50 righteous people in the city, is it worth saving? And the question is, depends. Depends what they do with that righteousness. Shabbat Shalom.